live from WTVO Rockford and your home team. Eyewitness News at 5 starts now.
Voters across the country line up to cast their ballots. A few local polling places got off to a rough start.
And a man is arrested after a weekend fire at the Winnebago County Courthouse. Surveillance video helps identify the suspect.
Plus, it's the largest jackpot in lottery history coming up, where the one winning Powerball ticket was sold. Good evening, I'm Mimi Murphy.
And I'm Eric Wilson.
It's Election Day across the nation. Polls are open in Illinois until 7 p.m.
Locally, the day has come with some challenges for several Rockford area polling locations. Throughout the day, we've heard about polls being down from viewers at home. Amory Wilder visited one site at Grace United Methodist Church on McFarland Road. Amory, what are election officials saying about these problems?
Eric, Mimi, one election worker tells me this isn't just an issue they are facing, but it's happening on and off at several polling locations. The problem wasn't with actual ballots, but with the check-in process.
We had some issues with our registration computers, which we're having a hard time connecting to whatever the server is that they talk to.
Issues arose at Grace United Methodist Church in Rockford on Election Day, causing officials to quickly pivot to other options.
We did have lines for quite a while. Then we got the go-ahead from downtown to use our alternate system, which is the old-fashioned paper and pencil method.
Deborah Bauk is the election judge coordinator of the site. She says after computer problems were fixed, the lines went down considerably and they were able to process people pretty quickly.
We never, ever intend to turn someone away, and I'm really sorry to hear that anybody left because they felt frustrated.
Overall, Bauk says voter turnout has been pretty high.
It's only 10:30 or so, and we've already had probably close to 260, 270 people. So it's been busy and it's been steady. And now that we've got all the bugs worked out of getting people registered, it flows really well.
Now, if you haven't already voted, there's still time. Polls close at 7. Reporting live in Rockford for your home team, I'm Amory Wilder.
Thanks, Amory. One of the biggest races in Illinois we're watching is for governor. Governor J.B. Pritzker and State Senator Darren Bailey both did some last-minute campaigning this morning in Chicago. Pritzker was on the far south side. He and running mate Lieutenant Governor Juliana Stratton stumped for votes at a CTA red line stop. The governor's message in the final hours is get out and vote.
This is the most important election of our lifetimes. My opponent is trying to take away minimum wage. He wants to take away a woman's right to choose. He wants, honestly, to diminish the rights that people have, especially their voting rights across the state of Illinois.
Latest polls show Pritzker leading Bailey by about 9 percentage points.
The Republican candidate for governor, Darren Bailey, believes people are ready for a change. He says Governor Pritzker's reign is over and a new day is coming. Bailey campaigned at the Ogilvie Transportation Center at Madison and Canal this morning. He says the election is about the economy, reducing crime, and protecting parental control over children's education.
Our taxes are too high. J.B. Pritzker raised them 24 times. Our schools are failing and our streets are unsafe. J.B. Pritzker is responsible for every bit of this. Please vote and let's restore common sense and order to Illinois.
Bailey also visited the Amtron Corporation in Palatine this morning.
We're also watching a local contest with national implications, Illinois' 17th congressional district. It could help determine the balance of power in the U.S. House. The race is between Republican Esther Joy King and Democrat Eric Sorensen. King ran against and lost a close election to Congresswoman Cheri Bustos last go-around.
I'm running for a strong economy and safe communities, and those are the issues people care about right now. So we believe that the momentum is all ours, and we're hopeful for a great result tonight.
Bustos won in 2020 by 4 points.
Democrat Eric Sorensen also wants a chance at the seat. He's a former TV meteorologist and a climate activist. Sorensen says he believes the biggest concern for voters is what inflation is doing to prescription drugs and food prices. If elected, he says he wants to follow the example left by Cheri Bustos.
She had a way of working across the partisan divide to make sure that she represented everyone in this district. And that's exactly what we need out of our next representative. It's someone that understands that this is a swing district, all right? We've got differing opinions. We should be able to work through them.
If Republicans win 5 congressional races, they'll take control of the U.S. House.
Voters in Illinois will also decide if a workers' rights amendment will get added to the state constitution. The union-backed measure is intended to ensure workers can always bargain for better pay, hours, and working conditions. Supporters see it as a way to prevent the Illinois General Assembly from passing right-to-work laws. Those laws allow workers covered by union contracts to not be forced to join the union. Opponents include business groups and conservatives. They argue the amendment gives unions too much power and could lead to higher property taxes, more strikes, and companies moving to other states. We'll have all your midterm election results on air starting at 9 over on Fox 39. You can also find up-to-date numbers on mystateline.com.
One man is dead after a head-on crash overnight. Rockford police were called to a 2-vehicle accident on Pierpont Avenue near Estelle Drive around 11:30. Officers say 35-year-old Christopher Van was driving northbound when he collided with a southbound semi. Van was taken to a local hospital where he died. The truck driver was not hurt. Rockford police make an arrest in a weekend fire at the Winnebago County Courthouse. 25-year-old Larry Lee Wilkins is charged with arson and criminal damage to state-supported property. Officers say Wilkins was spotted on security cameras leaving an exterior stairwell where the fire started. It spread into a basement storage room. There are no sprinklers in that area of the building. One firefighter was injured fighting the blaze. Damage is estimated at $225,000. The courthouse remains closed. Wilkins is being held in the Winnebago County Jail. If convicted, he faces up to 30 years in prison. There is one single winner of the biggest lottery jackpot in history.
And it's not either of us. The Powerball winning numbers were delayed for hours because of a processing issue with one of the 48-member state lotteries. When all the balls were drawn, one ticket matched all the numbers. It was sold in California. At the time of the drawing, the jackpot had swelled to just a little over $2 billion. Most winners choose the lump sum option. That comes to about $997 million before taxes.
Congressional races across the country will decide the balance of power in both the Senate and the House of Representatives.
Washington correspondent Alexander Limon reports from Capitol Hill on just how close the numbers really are.
Former President Donald Trump cast his ballot in Florida and made one more pitch for voters to support Republican candidates.
You have to fight crime, you have to fight to keep our taxes low, and you have to do something about the border.
On Monday night, President Joe Biden said voters have plenty of reasons to keep Democrats in control of Congress.
We've created 10 million new jobs, 3.75% unemployment.
The president also touted the legislation his party has successfully passed, including a pandemic relief package and historic investments in infrastructure and fighting climate change.
But for all the progress, we know a lot of families are still struggling. That's why, with the help of your members of Congress, I signed into law the Inflation Reduction Act.
And Democrats expect protecting access to abortion to motivate their supporters. Casey Burgett, Legislative Affairs Program Director at George Washington University, says the election results are likely to be extremely close.
Where 1-2 percentage points are going to be the huge difference between literally owning majority status in either chamber and not.
Republicans need one additional Senate seat to gain control of that chamber. That could happen if Democrats lose in Nevada, Arizona, or Georgia. But Republicans will also need to hold on to the Senate seats in Pennsylvania, Ohio, and Wisconsin. The reason some of these races may drag on for days or even weeks is because some races are already being contested in court. And in Georgia, if one Senate candidate doesn't get at least 50% of the vote, that race will head to a runoff next month. In Washington, Alexandra Limo.
Now, your first warned weather forecast from meteorologist Savannah Brito.
Good evening, everyone. Happy Election Day. We've made it to Tuesday, and with slightly warmer temperatures compared to what we started the work week out with yesterday. Most of us were in the lower 50s yesterday. Today, places actually even made it into the mid 50s, so a little better than yesterday, but temperatures are falling now. For the most part, we are in the 40s, still holding a couple 50s out there, though, including Rockford. Savannah's at 52, 50 in Galena. The rest of us have now fallen down into the mid to upper 40s, 48 in Freeport, 49 if you're located in Monroe. Beautiful sunset out there. I think yesterday was a little bit better, but we are seeing cloud cover decrease briefly now, but we are going to see those increase once again. That was out of our SkyTrack camera located in Beloit, sponsored by Window World or Bryden Motors. We are seeing the clouds move towards Lake Michigan. That was several hours ago, so brief clearing right now, but that's not how the overnight hours are going to be. We are going to see clouds increase once again, so it is going to remain mostly cloudy out there. But again, we are going to see that kind of transition into tomorrow. Shower chances better just north of the state line. I think some of our southern or northern counties in southern Wisconsin could see a brief shower or two get into the state line, but for the most part that is going to stay near Milwaukee and then also north of here in Madison. Thursday, that will be a different story, though. I do think a couple of us could hear a couple rumbles of thunder, a couple storms, possibly some stronger ones. For the most part, the severe weather should stay just west of the state line, but this will be ahead of a cold front with falling temperatures, though. I think we are going to see temperatures in the lower 70s then as we get into Thursday in most areas, but then falling, and with that sunset setting earlier, that will cause our temperatures to settle down a little bit more. So out west of here, when the cold front passes earlier in the afternoon, that's the better chances of getting some severe weather. So places like Iowa, kind of wrapping up south of the Minneapolis area and then north and around the Kansas City area ahead of that cold front. On the cold sector, though, there actually is going to be some accumulating snow. So well northwest of here, I'm not talking about snow yet. I think we could see a couple flurries, but no measurable snow at least the next couple of days. Tropical storm Nicole is expected to make it up to a Category 1 hurricane, so lots of the country is going to be active this week. These are the severe weather chances that I was talking about. This yellow color is a slight risk. That's a level 2 out of 5. When it comes to that, around that, the Minneapolis area, that's a marginal risk. Joe Daviess County, so the Galena area is included in that. I do think that that line of showers and storms ahead of that cold front as they travel closer to the state line are expected to break up, but I do think we could see a couple stronger storms. For the most part, the severe weather should stay west of here, but in that cold sector, there is a winter storm watch. The pink color, that's a winter storm warning, and then the purple color winter weather advisory. That's all northwest of the state line, but it is going to get active out here. I do think we'll see some flurries possibly mix in with that after falling temperatures early Friday morning. Flurry chances do hold around on Saturday, and I do think that we could even be talking about our first measurable snow next Tuesday. Lots of models are hinting at that on November 15th. That is far out, but we will have to watch that the closer we get into the weekend and then early next week as well. After that, drying up a little bit, but temperatures are definitely going to start falling. Back to you guys.
Now sports with sports director Scott Leber.
Now, the Ice Hogs' longest homestand of the season is behind them. Now it's time to hit the road. They will head to Austin, Texas later this week for a pair of games against the Texas Stars this weekend. Let's hope a change of scenery doesn't change the way forward Luke Philp has been playing. What a pickup he's been for the Ice Hogs. Through 9 games, he has 9 points on 6 goals and 3 assists. This past Sunday on his 27th birthday, he connected for 2 power play goals. Philip has had some good AHL seasons in the past with Stockton. He told me today why he has fit in so well here so quickly with the Ice Hogs.
There's obviously an adjustment period going to a new team and playing with new players and under a new system, but yeah, I'm feeling good about my game, and I feel like as a team as well, we've started to play better together.
Well, goaltenders continue to move around through the Blackhawks organization. Dylan Wells has been returned by the Blackhawks to the Ice Hogs. Election Day means no games in the NBA. The league wanted everyone, fans, players, and employees, to be focused on voting. Fred VanVleet could become a free agent after this season if he turns down the option year on the final year of his contract with the Toronto Raptors. Might the Bulls have some interest? Well, VanVleet gave the Bulls a reminder what he can do the last 2 days. In 2 games against them, he totaled 57 points. He also had 15 assists and 2 steals. He had some Rockford fans in attendance last night, and after the game, Fred expressed his love for his hometown once again.
Just the way I grew up and, where I come from and what I mean to my community and what my community means to me. I wouldn't be who I am today without Rockford. I wish that there was a guy from my hometown that I could come see play at the United Center when I was a kid, and so we try to make, the most out of these moments every chance we get.
Good to hear those words. Now, former Rockford Lutheran basketball standout Kenny Strawbridge Jr. had quite the debut for the Evansville Purple Aces last night. He led them to a win over Miami of Ohio by scoring 23 points. Strawbridge transferred from Alabama State, where he played the last 2 seasons. And Jordan King's senior season at Marquette's off to a great start. Last night, the Hononegah grad led Marquette to a win over Fairleigh Dickinson by scoring a career-high 24 points. She also tied her career high with 6 steals, and she had 8 assists. King was named to the preseason All-Big East team.
Savannah will have another look at weather in just a moment.
First, Chris Cuomo has an election night preview.
It is the night that America decides. News Nation is here bringing you analysis without agenda. And our journalists are on the ground bringing you breaking news on the biggest races with the most accurate real-time results powered by Decision Desk HQ. Plus an exclusive interview with former President Donald Trump. He's going one-on-one with News Nation.
If they win, I should get all the credit. And if they lose, I should not be blamed at all.
Join me, Leland Vittert, Chris Steyerwalt, and the best political team anywhere for our Decision Desk midterm coverage. We'll see you tonight.
That's all coming up on the cable and satellite stations you see here. You can also head to newsnation.com.
And we're not tracking any rain here yet across the interactive radar. That's all just due to our northwest. On the cold sector, even some snow. I don't think we'll see any measurable snow, at least yet. Could be a different story, though, by next Tuesday. For now, though, we'll see a brief warm-up, 60s and 70s, and then, guys, a cool down.
And we're going to focus on that 67 and 72.
Yeah, let's
Forget
just block
about
off the last
Thanks,
half
Savannah.
of that 7 day. Thank you for spending some time with us. Stay safe.